You came to a motherfucking trial. You know who we put on trial today? The NY motherfucking PD. You know who else we put on trial today? The motherfucking mayor. You know who else we put on trial today? The motherfucking governor. You know who else we gonna put on trial tomorrow? Motherfucking America. We just getting started. We just getting started. Every time you come to the streets, you putting these motherfuckers on trial, and guess what? They need 500 years of trials. We haven't even started yet. We need 500 years, but I'm going to stop, brothers and sisters, and I want to bring up two of my brothers in the struggle. My brother Jay Jordan and my brother Mike Solin. They're going to share some words with y'all. Y'all stay in these motherfucking streets. No matter what they say, stay in these motherfucking streets.
New York, what up? Yeah, I'm from California, man. Come on, New York, what up? I just want to let y'all know that right now, California going up just like New York going up. My brother said, welcome to the revolution. This is an uprising. Stockton, California stands with New York. LA, California stands with New York. Oakland, California stands with New York. Sacramento, California stands with New York. So I had something written, but I'm going to speak from the heart. Is that all right? You know, some say we live in a post-racial America. That's what they say. We live in a post-racial America. They say, didn't King and the civil rights folks win? Didn't slavery happen 400 years ago? Y'all should get over it. Some people say we live in a post-racial America, that all you got to do when the cops pull you over is say, hi, Mr. Policeman, wave and smile, and everything will be okay. Some people believe we live in a post-racial America where all you got to do is marry a black man. All you got to do is have a black friend. All you got to do is post Black Lives Matter. Some people believe we live in a post-racial America. And some of y'all in this audience are here because you believe that too. And you saw that knee on George Floyd's neck and you changed your mind. So for everybody that still believes we live in a post-racial America, I want to say unequivocally today, you have lost your goddamn mind. Just because we elected a black president doesn't mean that America is still not racist. Just because we celebrate Dr. King does not negate the fact they killed King. Just because we have a Black History Month doesn't mean that black folks still don't get killed by the state every single day in this country. So I want to say to you that, in fact, America has done everything based on race. When it started, it looted and it committed genocide to the indigenous family. That it stole the land from the Mexican family, made them assimilate, and everybody else they kicked out. That they kidnapped the black family, brought them here, and enslaved us. That they brought over the Asian family, made them do hard labor on the railroads. And then years later, they bombed them. That they've been bombing the Muslim family for 19 years. America does everything off of race. So I want to read something to you in closing to give y'all some motivation, because we do have a pathway to victory. We do have a pathway to victory. For all you young folks out here tonight, for everybody trying to find some inspiration, we will win. I'm going to tell you why we're going to win. I'm going to tell you why we're going to win. That it is written in stone. That it is our constitutional right to be abolitionists. In the Declaration of Independence. And this is why they never should have signed the civil rights and let black folks in. Because they gave us the right to be abolitionists. They said that we hold these truths to be self-evident. That all people are created equal. That are endowed by their Creator certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This is my favorite part. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted by men deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to those ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. So for all those naysayers who say we live in a post-racial America and that we shouldn't be outside, that we should go back inside, say we have a constitutional right to be abolitionists, to burn this motherfucker down. So stand with me. We will win. 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 Stay in these streets. Do not get out these streets. Stay in the streets. There's a pathway to victory. Stay in the streets. Do not let up. Thank you.
Give it up for my brother Jay Jordan, y'all. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. If we don't get no justice, I said if we don't get no justice, now how many times have we done said those chairs? So many times. My name is Mysar Leonard. I am the co-founder of Until Freedom. I'm an activist, raptivist, and I'm one of the hardest people in these streets. Now how many times have we said those chairs? Have we got justice? So why the hell they want some peace? How the hell you gonna get some peace if we ain't get no justice? No justice! I said no justice! No justice! The police are failing us, ladies and gentlemen. We need something new. We need something different. They're killing us in the streets. We need something different. They're kicking our ass in the rain. They're shooting us in the snow. They're burning us in the sun. We need something different. Say, we need something different. The police system has failed. We need something different. Police is built on white supremacy. We need something different. We need something different. Now listen, brothers and sisters, I ain't got to tell you, because most of you is grown. Fuck that curfew. I'm a grown-ass man. You ain't gonna kill me and tell me to stay in my house. Fuck your curfew. Fuck your curfew. We're gonna be in these streets. We're gonna be here all day. We're gonna be here all night until we get justice. What they don't get. What they don't get. Now I'm gonna end this off with this spoken word I wrote, because I want y'all to hear this. I wrote this specifically for y'all tonight. Listen to me. I can't breathe. Say it. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh, I'ma breathe. You best believe that as sure as my skin is black and my destiny is intact, the same way Rosa Parks refused to sit on the back, oh, I'ma breathe. I'ma breathe even if it means it's the last time. Y'all done took too many of my ancestors' breaths, so no, you can't have mine. Oh, I'ma breathe. I'ma breathe harder for Eric Garner. I'ma breathe in the void left by George Floyd as he screamed out for his mama. Now, I'ma breathe. It may not be with ease, but I'ma breathe better later. And oh, tell Corona, I'ma breathe and I don't need no ventilator. Oh, I'ma breathe. Fuck your chokeholds and your knees. Fuck your virus and your disease. I'ma breathe. I'ma breathe life into these babies with no CPR. Inhale, then exhale. I swear to God, I'ma breathe. I'ma breathe for those that lost breath. Blacks who lack the oxygen in their lungs with the cause of death. You notice the ones they suffocated in boxes on slave ships? Or our brothers that's locked in a box suffocating. Same shit. Oh, I'ma breathe. Yeah, I'ma breathe air till the air's gone. I'm sorry, I'ma have to take this mask off. I'ma have to breathe even if it is airborne. I'ma breathe. Man, I'ma breathe. The the wind that blows the leaves. Keep fighting, although I'm so fatigued. We keep dying. I'm not supposed to breathe, but, oh, I'ma breathe. No matter how hard they squeeze, breathe. My breath might be short and I might weave, but I'ma breathe. I'ma breathe death. I'ma breathe breath till death takes it from me. White supremacy hates me, but I'ma make them love me, or I'ma breathe. I'ma leave this planet better than I found it. I'ma breathe breath into my people. There's no way around it. Oh, I'ma breathe. I'ma breathe because there's people that think that I shouldn't. I'ma keep on breathing for all my people that couldn't. Oh, I'ma breathe. God bless y'all. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a young brother from the Bronx. He's a young up-and-coming hip-hop artist. Give him some round of applause. His name is Boz. Make some noise for him.
What's going on, everybody? I'm from the Bronx, so we're going to say, yeah! That's what's up, that's what's up. Hey, I'm tired. And I'm not talking about because we walked from Frederick Douglass Circle. I said I'm tired because we keep watching ourselves on the news dying, getting lynched at the hands of state-sanctioned murder in the name of white supremacy. That's what inspired me to write this song. I hope y'all enjoy it. It's called Chains.
All right, cool. Hey.
Don't hand me a script. I don't want to play the role. My bad. I ain't know I couldn't take the mic out the thing, so we gonna start over. It's all good though. I was finna turn up, but you know it's wedding here and all that. So. All right, let go. Oh, that's what's up. Hello? Y'all can hear me? That's perfect. All right, it's called Chains.
All right, cool. Hey.
Don't hand me a script. I don't want to play the role. I've been casted on my scenes in the street till they throw me up in a casket. At the hands of police, keeping me blasted. Claiming that they see me with a weapon, but he's capping. The only ammunition that I got is this language I use it to establish my sense of what is habit. You seen it on the news, it was drastic. Some would say it's faker than a booty filled with plastic. Operating under the assumption that we have shit. Kids that we don't, cause we wear expensive fabrics. Yeah. Don't need empty promises. All this party picking, politic, and hate all of it. I'm supposed to be a thug, not a college kid. Astonishing me, building nations, but got problems with the government, racist portion. So yeah, all of it. Till I get my reparations settled for what Obama did. 40 acres and a donkey ain't shit to me. Tell me about emancipation. You don't know what it means. A young black man winning, they hate that right there. I'm the definition of a slave owner's nightmare. My vision include a hog rockin' rockets, an option to get dropped. Who's locking me in the project? Got nothing in my pockets, but my hands up like I'm Rocky when they stop me. Walkers always say shots fired when they shot me. I hope the police say sorry to my mom. She's gonna miss me, probably kiss me. Find out and drop the south blood on her hands. Was it worth it? Maybe not. Only she had a Tommy, wouldn't bother anybody. You can't be surprised when Tyrone don't come home when the 12 servant protect whoever color match they own. Yeah, they say this country not a home. Yeah, that's cause this country not a home. We went from chains on our feet to rocking chains round the neck, cracking whips at us crying. That was whips that we driving in the field. But hours and it wasn't no check, just to make it check the time on the watch we bag it. Went from chains on our feet to rocking chains round the neck, cracking whips had us crying. That was whips that we driving in the field. And it wasn't no check, just to make it check the time on the watch we bag it. Yeah, we've been waiting on the chains too long. Don't wanna wear these chains no more. Time to make them disappear. Family in a cage, let them go. Don't wanna wear these chains no more. Told you we just wanna live. Family in a cage too long. Don't wanna wear these chains no more. Time to make them disappear. Don't wanna wear these chains no more. Tell them leave the chains on the floor. I'm not okay with seeing sisters and brothers out in the street, all up on my feet, screaming I can't breathe under our knees. I'm not okay when I watch a sister bleed, blood all in the teeth, screaming I can't out with Martin, and I didn't want to stop it. So we burning down the target. I want y'all to sing with me. Chains on our feet and chains on our neck. Cracking whips had us crying. That was whips that we driving in the field, and it wasn't no check just to make it check the time. We can watch it back. Get ready. We went from chains on our feet to rocking chains round the neck. Cracking whips had us crying. That was whips that we driving in the field out for hours. Wasn't no check just to make it check the time on the watch with baggage. Went from chains on our feet to rocking chains round the neck. Cracking whips had us crying. That was whips that we driving in the field out for hours. And it wasn't no check just to make it check the time on the watch with baggage. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I'm Babu, but y'all can call me Baz. Working on my debut album. Check me out. It's B-A-Z-Z. That song was called Chains. Shout out Baby J. That was for the youth.
You heard that? B-A-Z-Z. Give it up for a young man from the Bronx, Baz. Music is part of the revolution. So I want to bring up another artist. He has been to 50 countries raising millions of dollars in charity for people all over the world. He is my Iranian Muslim brother, hip-hop artist. Give it up to Mazi.
Yo, make some noise for yourselves, first and foremost. Y'all gotta love yourselves better than that. Make some noise for yourselves! We're gonna get straight to the point. When I say power to the people, you say Black Lives Matter. Power to the people! I said power to the people! I said power to the people! Now we're gonna put a little rhythm to that shit. I need a soul clap. Y'all know what a soul clap is? No. Yes. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. I came into the game and aiming for a little fame when I found that it was so trained. I complained that this shit is changing, ranging, difficult, impossible, and everything between. But I catapult the obstacles, illuminate the scene. Live and learn, wait my turn, not much to regret. Fresh kicks, planted firm, and a pocket full of stress, modest. Half of my people are still jobless. Not to mention overseas, the Middle East is obvious. Shortage of supplies, product dollars, and impactors. Depicted in news, views, and movies where they mock us. System like the practice, middle finger for the coppers. Act too big, they might try to Tupac us. Larger picture, cause shit be our painted big pile on. And go after that with Thomas feeling when we pile on. Hit after hit, before the sequel and it's diesel. This is for the struggles that I've been through with my people. Power to the people. I said power to the people. I said power to the people. I said power to the people. Picture two opposing sides, both thinking it right. One play chess, the other plays checkers with their life now. Picture a mother who lost her husband, 2 sons. Daughter got a crippled uncle, only used one. And a heated 2 sons, couldn't warm this boldness. Picture a population impoverished and hopeless. Anti-Bob Ross, I'm paying this canvas. It's on you to frame it, I'm dealing with slim chances. To survive the hard lives in many forms. Dollar signs, these sound lives and plenty scorn. False prophets and profit and just my eyes left for devils. Walk a thin line between philosopher and rebel. The media's deceiving you, they got to the point. At the tail, I'ma show you all the sides of the coin. Sam got me in a headlock, looking to say uncle, but I asked him country. Looking to straight pump you, yo. I'm an American, check my passport, check my green card, the American dream card. 2 car garage and fence to the green yard. Retire rich at a young age with a dream broad, yo. I'm an American, check my green card, check my passport, the American dream card. 2 car garage and fence to the green yard. Retire rich at a young age with a dream broad. Wall Street, Wall Street, Wall Street. I'm American as apple pie, hamburger fries. Throw the pig skin, shoot hoops, catch a fly. Capital gain, don't let a thing pass you by. Paparazzi, pick fix, hear the camera ride. I'm American as romaine bagels and empanadas. The whole smorgasbord, so beer and enchilada. The power of a dollar makes a rainy day sunny. This town flies, and at the same time it's sunny. That's American as fast food, supersize obesity. Highly classified FBI, fair secrecy. American as dark homes and nuclear bombs. American as hippies and
controlling your fears. American as Jesus go to Hogan's cold beers. American as funk juice, that's rock and roll. Hip hop, that's church, house rock and roll. Let's go!
Of how we started. Think of that. This country was founded by a group of slave owners who told us all men are created equal. From the Declaration of Independence to the Constitution of the Star Spangled Banner, it's still nothing more than one big steaming pile of red, white, and blue all-American bullshit.
Yo, I'm an American, check my green card. Check my passport, the American dream card. 2 cargo miles, a fence in a green yard. Retire rich at a young age with a dream broad. Yeah, I'm an American, check my green card. Check my passport, the American dream card. 2 cargo miles, a fence in a green yard. Retire rich at a young age with a dream broad. Yeah, power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. I said power to the people. Break it down, break it down, break it down. DJ, break it down, break it down. Witness and fitness, a picture started in kitchens, the blank splitting, precision, division, vision persistent with cake. Started with a workforce, burn the city up. I told you I'm a workhorse. From the giddy up, stronger arm at ya, powder palm slap ya. Nuts, bolts, screws loose. Started long after I was raised on the back blocks, put it on Front Street. Broken Dream Boulevard, scar where the thugs meet. Get much fame over in Stick Up Lane. Where's Take It Easy Drive? There's no such thing. Check gotta have ad where there's so much fiends. That corner is common for copping so much things. I'm just a tour guide from the poor side with a pork fried rice, clogs, arteries for cheap. More lies, always buying less truth, losing by a lot. I've been to many places, but never to Writer's Block. God bless y'all, salute. Make some noise for yourselves!
Yo, give it up one more time for Brother Mozzie. That's M-A-Z-Z-I. So next up, I want to bring to the stage our brother, because he's first and foremost our brother. He doesn't just talk about it, he be about it. He is out on the streets every day with the protesters. He has been on the streets of New York City protesting for more than 2 decades. And then he got elected to the city council. But that wasn't enough for us as New Yorkers. We needed this brave black man to be a citywide elected official. He is a man of great integrity and dignity. And he's a man that loves black people. We are good about tearing the elected officials who don't do us right down, and I'm with that. But I'm also with building up the elected officials who do stand with us and fight for us every day. He don't listen to me, but he might listen to you. So when he comes up here, I want you to show him so much love, because I pray to God that he listens to all of us, because I want him to be the next mayor of New York City. This is my mic, our mic, so we get to say whatever we want. And so we put in some positive energy out into these streets. New York City, give it up to our dear, bold, brave brother, our New York City public advocate, Jumaane D. Williams.
Peace and blessings, y'all. How y'all doing? Before I say what I gotta say, I want to say just one thing really quickly. Everybody say census. Everybody say census really loud. If you think Black Lives Matter, say census. I need everybody, when they finish here, before you go home, to get on your phone and go to my2020census.org. Everybody say my2020census.org. It's critically important. When we saw the COVID and everything happen and Elmhurst Hospital got overrun, I don't know if many people know, but the hospital beds and those counts are decided 10 years ago from a census count. And so what's going to happen 10 years from now is they're going to use the count that we do right now. New York City is below the national average. Black people are even below that. And so we have to be counted. So when you go to the hospital, when you put your kids in school, those slots are there. When you want assistance in housing, they'll be there. Everybody say census. Census. All right, who's unafraid to say Black Lives Matter? The answer to that is yes, it does. The answer is not all lives matter. I don't want to hear anything else. We are just saying Black Lives Matter, period. And I am not okay. So I want everybody to say I'm not okay. Say I'm not okay. Just our black brothers and sisters. I want to give you the space to say I'm not okay. Say I'm not okay. I always try to do that because our beautiful coalition here is so wonderful to see black, white, Asian, Muslim, Christian, everybody coming together screaming Black Lives Matter. But I want you to also understand is that very often black folks have to look at these videos and go to work the next day like nothing happened, like they are not suffering from trauma. And so we have to give them and allow them the space to say I'm not okay. Black women in particular are called angry black women at work, and they have Amy Coopers around them that lift that up. And I want to make sure that that space is there for them to say, I am not okay, and we should support that. I heard the governor put forth a plan that he wants to get done. And I just got to tell him it's a good start. But it's low-hanging fruit. We didn't come out here for days and days and days for long-hanging fruit. We are here to dismantle a system of discrimination and oppression that has been rooted in this country from its inception. We demand it. So we don't want a good start. We don't want the low-hanging fruit. I want all the fruit that everybody has access to. We want access to all that fruit. And I always say, I'm not here to tell you how to protest. I'm here to facilitate that. And my mother, who's Caribbean, used to say, if they can't hear, they're going to feel. And the only reason people are responding now is because they are feeling. About 2 years ago, whenever it was, when people were taking a knee, all the people who are taking knees now excoriated Colin Kaepernick and everybody else for taking a knee. Now they want to take that because they are scared of what's happening in these streets. Now, I'm a citywide elected official, and so I have to be clear. I don't want things broken and things burning. All I want is the same energy you bring to discuss that, to discuss Black lives. That's all we're asking. My colleague, Majority Leader Laurie Cumbo, had a hashtag, justice. Hashtag justice stops looting. And so we're talking about the violence, and we want the violence to stop, but poverty is violence. People who are living in nature with rats and roaches and mold that looks like carpet, that is violence. People who cannot go to school and get a quality education, that is violence. People who consistently have twice the national unemployment rate, that is violence. People who are dying at a higher rate because of coronavirus, because of the failures of institutions and the failure of a mayor and a governor, that is violence. People who were stuck home watching their families die, who came out and had police sent to them because they didn't have a mask on, that is violence. And when people who step up and say we are going to protest the over-policing of our communities, the laws that are put in place to create that tension. And instead of saying, here is my plan, you send more police and more laws like a curfew to create tension. That is violence. So if you're going to talk about violence, talk about all the violence. People were talking no justice, no peace for decades, and they wasn't playing. And they're not playing now. And on a citywide elected, I understand the immorality of asking people for peace without justice. No justice, no peace, but if you know justice, you will know peace. And keep the name of Dr. King out of your mouth if you dare ask people why they out here in the streets. You don't know that man if you question why people are in these streets. The man who said rise to the language of the unheard. The man who came in nonviolence but said we are here to disrupt the status quo. You don't know that man. He was a revolutionary. He was about dismantling the systems. So if you are not here to dismantle the systems, shut up. We are not okay. And all we want is justice. Why is that so hard? Particularly for people who got elected saying they were going to do these things. Now, the governor and the mayor, I understand, are Democrats. They call themselves progressives. But if your response seems more like Donald Trump, then what's the difference? If you let a corona response that has black and brown people dying at higher rates because you didn't listen, if you sent police and the only difference is you don't have as big an army as Donald Trump, then what's the difference? Show us the difference. That's all I want. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Now is the time for leadership, Mayor de Blasio. Now is the time for leadership, Governor Cuomo. People in New York City and New York State are begging for leadership from the people who are in power. They are begging you to hear you say, yes, Black Lives Matter, and here is the plan that I'm putting forth. Not tomorrow, not next week, today, because we waited for too damn long. And the budget is coming up, de Blasio. If we don't take $1 billion from the NYPD budget and put it to summer youth jobs and put it to summer youth camps, then there was nothing you can say that we want to hear. Governor Cuomo, if you don't say and stop trying to cut Medicaid, the thing that black and brown people need right now, and say, yes, I'm okay with raising the revenue of people who own luxury planes and own luxury yachts. I don't want to hear anything. That's the basis of what we can say. And that's the leadership we need. That's the leadership we deserve. And I thank all the allies out here. We have said for a long time, if the people who feel the most privilege don't come out, we'll never have the change we need. And I see y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming out. Because I know you feel the pain, seeing your brothers and sisters in pain. We must continue to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable until there is justice in this land. Until there is equity in this land. Not by your voice, not on paper, but in practice every single day. The people in leadership, they're going to look back in history. And what did you do besides saying more police and a damn curfew? The curfew starts at 8 o'clock tonight. I'm going to see all y'all at 8:01.
Really quickly, all right? And again, maybe he'll listen to you because he don't listen to me. When I say mayor, you say Jumani. Mayor! 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 I want you to tweet at him later. I want you to slip into his DMs. I need you to let him know that we need his type of leadership in New York City. Jumani. Jumane. So y'all heard that? He don't listen to me. He's gonna listen to you. So we said this earlier, music is part of the revolution. And frontline activists, they are formerly incarcerated. They are members of marginalized communities. They are hip-hop artists. They are lawyers. They are nurses. They are doctors. Frontline activists are everybody. So next up, I want to bring to you a brother that has been out in these streets for a really long time. Always drops truth on the stages he stands on. So come on, New York City, show some love to Immortal Technique from Harlem.
Power to the people. I saw children in Atlanta holding up a sign, and they said, "We're not trying to start a race war. We're trying to end a race war." And that's what everybody in this park is trying to do right now. End a race war that other people started on us for hundreds of years, ladies and gentlemen. I was in the Bronx. I saw businesses destroyed, and the children had left notes on the walls. They said, "This check cashing spot, I'm sorry to inconvenience you, but these businesses only exist in the ghetto. We used to pay 10% to the church. Now we pay 10% to these people, and they take a piece out of our check and never look back on us." Why don't these businesses exist other places? Because people purposefully keep people in marginalized communities ignorant, so we don't know that we have all the power, ladies and gentlemen. I won't take up too much of your time. I know there's a lot of people. I thank the People's Tribune for coming out here and all that. I appreciate all of the brothers and sisters, the activists. I just want to drop a poem and I'm going to be on my way. They got a new housing plan for the ghetto eventually. Projects for a new American century. False flag terrorism controlling you mentally. The gospel in the hands of people with no empathy. A mixture of dangerous social chemistry between law enforcement and a military entity. Cameras on every corner you facing. Testing out a future Gestapo on immigration. Power, consolidation, information restricted. Just like the iron law of oligarchy predicted. Incarcerating the poor among the drug addicted. But not the families of the ruling class that's afflicted, because it's a fucking caste system like corrupted Hinduism. I think you should listen. I've been through the system in prison. I've been through religion. I carried the cross as a Christian like it was anti-disestablishmentarianism until the seeds of despotism arrested my vision. Lyricism with cynicism and syllogisms until they bear through Aldi Campos and kill me in prison. Chemtrail conditions, stem cells of Leo Strauss's philosophy, the birth of neocon policy. But I laugh at America's fear of a new world order controlling the hemisphere. Because our people have been living that shit for the past 500 years. See you at 8 o'clock, motherfucker. Fuck de Blasio.
We talk about needing courageous leadership all across this country and in government. We have had our beef with the Democratic Party for years. They use us for a vote, and then they walk away and don't even leave no money on the dresser. But we sent this brother to the DNC to let them know if they don't respect the black vote and the power of black America, they can kiss our vote goodbye. And we elected him vice chair of the DNC. And he served in Albany, keeping those clowns up there honest. Now he wants
us to support him as he takes his fire to Washington. Let's hear from the brother fighter, the assemblyman from the borough, Michael Blake.
Peace, King and Queens. Peace, King and Queens. I said peace, King and Queens. I said peace, King and Queens. First of all, as we're here, I'm not ready. I'm not caring about no rain. I don't give a damn about the rain. Because if you ain't ready to be out here, then you shouldn't be out here. We out here. We out here. We out here because for 401 years they keep killing us. Whether it be slavery or Jim Crow, no matter what's going on now, they have the prison industrial complex. Now they want to continue. They talk about how we can't breathe. They put their foot on our necks. They put their knees on our necks. They choke us out. They say we can't breathe. We say we are here. We're not worried about the rain. We're not worried about the noise. We are here. We're not worried about how they always come after us. We're not going anywhere. 3 months ago, we couldn't breathe because they wouldn't take care of black and brown folk when it came to coronavirus. But there was a pandemic of poverty, a pandemic of racism, a pandemic of sexism, a pandemic of all these things. But now we watched as they went after Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor. 5 years today, we lost Khalid Browder. We think about Eric Garner. We think about Sandra Bland. We talk about George Floyd, but let's be clear about this. I'm sick and damn tired of you coming after us because we black. And we're not going to be silent about that anymore. We come here in the words of what King said. In the end, we remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Don't be silent anymore. Don't just talk about Black Lives Matter with a hashtag. Prove that in your policy. Prove that in how you respect us. Stop talking about all these other things. Maybe you should take money away from the jails and build some schools. Maybe you should take money away from the jails and get us some jobs. Maybe take money from the jails and help our people. Black Lives Matter is not one time. Black Lives Matter is every... We out here. I know we're hurting. I know we're upset.
Check the screen. Make sure there's a signal.
But we stand with our sisters on this journey. And sisters, you stand with us. Because you could be a man and a feminist at the same time. Remind people, Black history doesn't just happen in February. Remind people, women's history doesn't just happen in March. Remind them of who we are. We are the continuation of kings and queens. Maybe they forgot this history and this journey. It started in Africa and then it came on over in this journey. You try to take us away. You thought you would hold us in chains. Now we just busting out here in 2020. And we talk about folks that get elected. Next week, we going up to Albany because it's time to end 50A of protecting these cops that have been killing us in these streets. It's time to repeal 50A. It's time to halt solitary confinement. It's time to have true transparency. It's time to step up. And we can't just march. We also got to vote. If they not with you, vote their asses out. If they rocking with you, vote their asses in. It's real simple right there. So we close by saying this. Mayor de Blasio, don't be confused. You used someone for a commercial, now you're trying to use us for yourselves. We don't need any damn curfews. Because I was on 136 in Brook Ave. I'm from the Bronx, New York, where shit happens. Where I watched a war zone in the streets. Maybe if they took the PPE from the police and gave it to the nurses and gave it to those that are doing the work. Maybe if they took the helmets off them and make sure a kid had a chance. Maybe if you had a kid have a book in their book bag trying to arrest them for a dime bag, things would be different. Governor Cuomo, get off the press conferences and actually get in the streets and sign some bills to stand with us right now.
The way that it should be reported. Khalif died today at 11:05 in the morning. 11:05 in the morning. He was born 5:05 in the morning. When Khalif died, he took into his hands. I want to believe that my brother decided I won't be tortured anymore by the nightmares that they did to me in jail. But it's unfair.
Jamaica, Long Island City, Sunnyside, Forest Hills, Kew Gardens, Astoria, everywhere in Queens. And everyone has been working together. If you think about it, you know, we hear about the arrests that have been happening under this curfew this week. 700 on Monday, 200 and some odd on Tuesday, 182 on Wednesday. But if you look at the numbers, less than 1% has been in Queens. That is by no accident. Because when you look in our streets in Queens, there are people working together to get rid of those provocateurs, the agitators, the insiders who want to co-opt this momentum, and we will not let that happen. When Mr. Wolverine comes around, coming at our protesters in Whitestone, Queens, because he cannot accept that Black Lives Matter. He refuses to accept that Black Lives Matter. We're taking him out. That is my pledge to you. As your momentary president of the Borough of Queens, as an American of Asian descent, as an Asian American woman, I am alongside you and I am behind you. And one last thing, this week that has been one long day. There was a video online of a young girl, and she said, "Daddy changed the world." She said, "Daddy changed the world." And I thought, but he should still be here. George Floyd should still be here. Eric Garner should still be here. Sean Bell should still be here. But Gianna, he sure did. He sure did change the world because his life mattered. And I will march with you, alongside you, and behind you until you can breathe. Thank you. The next person that we're bringing up is a really dear brother of ours. He's a violence preventionist who runs an organization called GMAC, Gangsters Making Astronomical Community Changes. And you need to know who they are, and I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of us put our life on the front lines. And we're out here in the streets because we are personally impacted by the issues that we are asking justice for. And this man is consistently showing up when people are threatening our lives. When people feel it's okay to disrupt the message that we're trying to convey in the community. And so I want to bring up our brother Shanduke McFadden to share some words with all of you.
Yo. You. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna try something else. I heard a lot of Bronx and all that. These are all my peoples, but I'm gonna do it like this. Brooklyn. I said Brooklyn. See, that's why they got me here now. Let me tell you why. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm not from Harlem. Why you got, look. That's where we lose it because we didn't get to compete. I said Brooklyn and you ride with me in these streets. I'm about to sound like my son on this beat. So my point is just that. Why don't we compete with it? I said I'm from Brooklyn. Support that Brooklyn. We ain't got to, I support the Bronx, Harlem, wherever we at, I'm coming out there to support. My name is Shanduke McFadden. That is my government name. But in the streets, I'm known as Trife Gangster. That's a fact. I'm one of the first adolescents on the East Coast to join the United Blood Nation. Let me try this one time. Peace, peace, almighty! That ain't sound right. Peace, peace, almighty! I said, peace, peace, almighty! Oppression! 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 Resistance! Y'all gotta know what's going on. We used to do this in a roll call in the jail. We used to do this. I tell you, when I say oppression, you say blood. When I say war, you say blood. You just say blood. Blood means brotherly love overrides oppression and destruction. So all the time they telling y'all that these gang members is tearing up these communities, they've been lying to you. All the time you hear that this young man was shot down because he was in a gang, that's because they want to scare you. See, I know what happens in my streets. What happened was, homeboy put his hands on his girl. Because it was his girl and he felt he could put his hands on his girl. But what he didn't know was, his girl brother was gang. And he said, ain't nobody gonna touch my sister. So in a domestic position, he go out and fire shots. And before the police do any investigation, they say, gang related. It's a fear tactic. It is to scare you to believe that the next black man that wears a red flag or a blue flag, yo, daddy-o, come here real quick, bro. Just do it. Let's just see if they're out here, bro.
Daddy-o, Insane Daddy-o, G-Stone, Gangster Crip, for all my cousins. We all united as one. Together we stand, united we fall, man. United we stand, divided we fall, man.
So, I don't know how much time I got, so y'all let me know, because y'all know I can go if I need to. But we here to show y'all that there are people who've been incarcerated, who experienced the trauma, who picked up them guns and shot them, who've been shot themselves, and now we're the experts to this work in these streets around preventing violence. The police department do not keep you safe. I'm sorry, people. The police department do not stop crimes. I hope you know that. The police department, we just pay them to make an arrest. That's it. They just want to make an arrest. We want to stop these crimes from happening in our community. We want to stop these crimes every single day. And we asking you to understand what we do so that you know change is possible. I'm sorry, this is personal. If you go on my social media, if you look, you see I've been dealing with this for some time. Matter of fact, the day after shoot, what I got, a minute? All right, I got my tap, yo. I'm with the team. I know how to ride with the people. I got my tap. They came to my office, harassed me. They threw me on the front of the paper because I was a great leader. And they thought I was going to fold and stop. And here I am today. I'm telling you. They wanted to get the public opinion and tell y'all that people like me is not real. I know you out there, and I know you got to come to the forefront. So we're not talking about tying flags, just tying the flag and saying you doing something. It's time to get out there in these streets. And if your little homie gonna take another soldier off the street, you tell him. You tell your man when you see that beef about to happen. Because we all got the ability to stop a conflict through our relationships. Somebody gonna come to you and tell you, yo, this is how I feel. You tell him, nah, chill. And when he come to you and be like, nah, fuck that. And he's like, I really want to go, bro. Fuck that, bro. You tell him, There go the police, homie. Get them motherfuckers.
When they say, what about black on black and brown on brown violence? We care about that too. We work on that too. Let's not get it twisted.
All right. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. On October 29th, 2019, on the streets of Brownsville, the police responded to a call of a black man in mental distress. Instead of 911, 911, reporting and routing that call to medical professionals, they sent it to the police, like they always do with black men who are just not okay. His name was Kwesi Oshun, and we're going to hear from his ride or die, and we're going to have a moment of silence to remember him. And he is going to stand for all of the soldiers who have been slain, whose names we do not know. The thousands across the country that never became a hashtag, that never sparked a movement, that never got crooked cop convicted. We will remember those fallen soldiers too. Let's hear now. From our sister, because now she's our ride or die too. Oh. I didn't know her name yet, so that's all right. Our ride or die, Darice.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry. I'm not a great public speaker, but I'm here on behalf of my friend, Kwesi Oshun. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. My friend, he was a talented designer, artist, and entrepreneur. He frequently sold his designs outside of the nail salon in question in which he was murdered. There was an altercation in the salon with another individual and the police. He stepped in, as we ask our black men every day to do when we see police that are brutalizing the men in our community. He stepped away from his table. He stepped into the nail salon while there was an altercation, and he did attempt to address the situation. He was unarmed. He had no gun. He had no knife. The police... Instead of addressing him as they would do anyone else, they attempted to tase him reportedly 2 times. They claimed that their body cams failed and the tasers failed. And as a result, he was shot 6 times in the head, torso, and back while he was unarmed. He died in that nail salon in Brownsville. So I stand here not today as just a community member. I stand here today as a black mother. I stand here of a black son. I stand here today as a friend of our fellow brothers and sisters. I also stand here today as the daughter, the grandfather, and a sister of 3 New York City firefighters that serve this city. in trouble often. He never had any type of run-ins with the law. The only run-in he had was a mental health distress when he was a teenager, and that was what they used to decide that his life was worth nothing in this city. They said he had a mental history with run-ins with the cops when he was a teenager, and they said that was the reason why he doesn't deserve justice. So I stand here today. Prior to my friend's death, I asked him, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your line? He said, I want to be remembered. He said, I want my name to be remembered. He was very shy. He was very timid. I said, well, you have to get out in front of a camera. I said, people have to see your face. I said, you can't have a brand and people don't see your face. So a couple of hours prior to the incident, he shot a video of himself advertising himself and was dead an hour or two later. So I stand here today. My friend had words, and because he said he wanted to be remembered, I'm going to make sure he's remembered. This is his mission statement. This is what he wrote for his brand. He wanted to make sure that the world saw it when he introduced his brand, which is called Heaven's Army. He wanted the world to know that its name. But I'm going to read his mission statement because he is not here. It says, greeting to the peoples of the Most High. If you know me, you know that every chance I get, I try to encourage, uplift, and inspire everyone that I come in contact with. Not for opportunity, not for fame, not out of arrogance or being judgmental, but simply because I love y'all to death. And I know what we're up against, and I know what we're facing as a people. The war that is currently happening is a war for the minds of the masses, involving every race. This is why we must examine ourselves daily in order to remain on the path that was set before us. This fight won't be easy, but with the right mindset, you can move mountains through applied faith, demonstrate inconsistency. We must at all times be willing to demonstrate love, patience, unity, sacrifice, peace, honor, and to one another in order to win this war. Get back to your prayer, your reading, exercise, and fasting. Don't be so quick to tear people down. You may need them one day. We as a people must put our differences aside and strive to continue the fight for what we believe in, which will lead us to the path of harmony and perfect peace. Keep a healthy mindset. Show your courage and remain pure. Be careful with who you deal with or who you play with and how you treat people, because some people may actually be Christ in disguise. Be loving, be wise, but above all, be humble. Those are his words. Those are not my words. He had no history of violence with his family. He had no history of violence with anyone in the street. I often look at this situation and said, well, you know, because he was such a protective person, he was a protective black man. So if that situation had been a woman getting assaulted in the street, he would have jumped in because that was his nature. If it was a woman getting mugged on the street, he would have been that person because that was his nature. He was very protective. So it didn't shock me that when he saw another black man getting brutalized in a nail salon, that he jumped to do something. We never thought that it would cost him his life. We never thought that an unarmed man who had a history of mental illness would be shot dead 6 times in a nail salon. So right now, on the count of 3, the only thing I want everyone to do for me is to say, Quincy Ashton. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for making sure my friends made me.
Damn right. She's pregnant.
I'm pregnant, so he's got me in her. So I'm going to be bringing up one of our sisters who's been doing this work for a long time. She's been doing it for 10 years. She's with the Gathering for Justice, Jasmine Delafosse.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I said, how y'all doing? Brothers and sisters, today I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Jasmine Delafosse, the Senior Regional Organizer with the Gathering for Justice, serving in California and building Justice League California. Today I say before you Sawabona, which means I see you in Swahili. My mentor Jay Jordan, who spoke earlier, oftentimes reminds us that I see you. And today I just wanted to say, as a person who is black and Samoan, my father who is from Lake Charles in Louisiana, my mother who comes from Samoa, that Pacific Islanders are standing with Black Lives Matter, and that we will continue to fight on the front lines with each and every one of you. And that today, we also say, as someone who has personally lost a family member to police brutality, who was shot and killed 3 times in the city of Stockton, California, in 2015, this officer still remains uncharged, unarrested, and still is serving and has 2 lives on his record. We continue to fight and say that enough is enough. And I just want to let you know that here in California that we are standing with you. We are doing work in California to close youth prisons. Just 2 weeks ago, our governor announced that he will shut down youth prisons across the state of California. And there will be no more intake starting January 1st of 2021. That was due to the work of many organizers across the state. We fought for ethnic studies. We fought for the use of force. And our governor just announced that he will no longer allow any police officers in the state of California to use of force on protesters in the state. We are just saying that we are standing with you and that we'll continue to fight this fight with you. Please follow us at Gather for Justice on Instagram and Facebook. We appreciate you being here, and this is the number 4, Gather for Justice. I just want to let you know, Justice League California stands with you. Sawabona.
Give it up for Jasmine! Our next speaker is Kingpin from Detroit. He's an elder who's going to be sharing some words with you.
Hello, everybody. Yo, you know, it's been going, I'm an old guy, man, so I've been saying this for a long time. And I'm just going to read this poem because, you know, I done said a lot and been doing a lot. God bless you all. Listen. A cold wind blows, but the fact remained that brothers still stand on corners and claim blocks and sling rocks and pack glocks, and penitentiary cell blocks continue to be overstocked with black rock stars whose biggest hits flop. Our lust for money has possessed some with bills Obama. Chill is coming, frostbitten our feelings. We willingly kill our brother, disrespect our sisters and brother. We no longer bother to call on the Father. Money is the new Messiah. We crave and desire dollar bills while on Capitol Hill they turn bills into laws. Laws to rip the balls off of black men. Prisons are packed so they stack us in. Pack us in. Black men whose women and children suffer. What could be rougher than watching a race of men willingly participating in their own, and we be only and only what we're forced to. Pride has divorced you from your spirituality. Image cloud salary. It's a TV reality we live in when kids are giving mixed text messages and death is all we see. On ABC and NBC we complain about what we see, but on BET it's worse than the others. Brothers destroying brothers. This poem should provoke folks to act and think, because I think we be acting like we did back when slavery was an issue. Are we getting used to being misused? A cold wind blows, but the fact remains that brothers still stand on corners and claim blocks and pack blocks, and penitentiary cell blocks continue to be overstocked with black rock stars whose biggest hits flop. Biggest hits flop. It's bigger than this, man. Jim Crow.
I want to bring up Karis, Love, Jackie Cruz from Orange is the New Black, my son, the General. We got a little special song for all of you. It's a gift. It's the first time that we actually perform it on a stage. My son, Karis, Jackie, and another rapper by the name of FIFA from Los Angeles put together this song in 12 or 24 hours. One of the things that we merge in the Gathering for Justice is we merge art and activism. And so, growing up, my culture was hip-hop. Yeah. And so as we organize, you could see that we also have performers.
And one of our elders, who is the founder of our organization, Harry Belafonte, who was a confidant to Dr. King. Y'all know who Harry Belafonte is? Let me hear you say, Harry Belafonte! We got to pay respects to our elders because he's invested in our generation, and it allows us to invest in the future generations. And so I sat with Mr. Belafonte, who we call Mr. B, and I said, Mr. B, what should we do? And it reminded me of Paul Robeson, his mentor. He said, every generation is responsible for their liberation. And he also talked about artists are the gatekeepers of truth, their civilization's radical voice. And so this is our gift to all of you for standing with us, for reminding the world, the country, the state, the city that Black Lives Matter. Give it up for our families, and I'm going to give it up to Karis.
Mic check, y'all. What's up, y'all? Mic check. One thing Carmen did not mention, first of all, is all of Justice League on the stage right now. Because y'all already know that this is our anthem. This song was officially approved as the movement anthem by Mr. Harry Belafonte. Carmen came to me and said, I need you to write me a song with some gospel undertones, but I want it to go hard like DMX. And we actually recorded this song from scratch, from building the beat to writing the lyrics in 8 hours. So, we're going to get this track started. Drop the track, please.
I had to do next was to perhaps call the gathering of the young. There, perhaps, would lay the key. When they asked me what was the agenda, it dawned on me that the agenda really was with them to find the agenda.
We've been fighting for a long time, and the battle ain't won. We've been fighting for a long time, and the battle ain't won. I believe we will. I believe that we will win. I believe. Do you believe? I believe we will. I believe that we will.
It started with a vision to keep the kids out of prison so he can feed the youth, and then they begin on the mission of find the agenda and change the current conditions in the spirit of the king. So we move in that tradition. The movement is of conviction, righteousness and trust. We fighting for what's right to improve the life of the youth. Still a coppers to shoot, unarmed men with their hands up. To offer all the women and all the men to stand up for justice and become a part of the league. I know that we gon' win. I swear to God, I believe that we gon' be free. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'ma keep fighting with every breath that I breathe. I believe. You believe. Do you believe? And I believe.
I believe that we will win.
Do you believe?
I believe we will. I believe that we will win. Be patient, they say, when they see our children carried away. Be patient, they say, they murder us with our hands up. Stripped away. Nunca para la violencia. Stripped away. No quita la inocencia.
Esto para todo el mundo entero. De vuelta fundamental de cero. Madre me decía desde tierno, nunca vendiera mi alma por el dinero. No hay justicia en el gobierno, en las cenizas del infierno. El mundo más que blanco y negro. No somos fuertes, presidente tiene miedo. I believe in myself, yo creo en mí mismo. Peleando el egoísmo, migración y terrorismo. Esto es la nueva revolución, representando la unión.
I believe. believe that we will win. I believe we will. I believe that we will win. Be patient, they say, when they see our children carried away. Be patient, they say. They murder us with our hands up, stripped away, stripped away. No para la violencia, stripped away, stripped away. No para la violencia.
Years ago, the agenda was to find the agenda.
Find the agenda.
We have found the agenda.
Black Lives Matter. They ask, why is that a statement that even needs to be made? I say, well, that's a good question, but first we have to ask, why would anyone believe that we would need to be slaves? Explain to me, please, why is the black man dying at the rate of an endangered species? I say, see, it's because we've normalized abnormality. See, we've allowed this land of the free to lock up and cage our morality. So now we can casually see the casualty of a black man the same way we see a video game where the ghost monster kills Pac-Man. Or where a fly is swatted by a backhand. Eric Garner got choked on camera. What happened to justice for that man? And we see what they did to Sergeant Bland on that dash cam. But Black Lives Matter is a movement of affirmation. It's us making a statement to inform this nation that a black life cannot be taken without somebody being held accountable. You see, we're no longer allowing you to tell a mother that the life that came out of you is insignificant, then tell a cop that killed a kid that we are proud of you. That's unacceptable. You see, it's unconceptual to get shot down in your vestibule by the ones who are supposed to be protecting you. But then I reckon you would say, but what about black on black crime? You see, blacks kill more blacks than anybody. Does that support those facts? Fine. But that's when you're trying to rationalize someone who's been traumatized. You see, before 4, they had to endure more acts of homicide than a soldier going to war, so I'm going to have to apologize on their behalf because their brains been sodomized. They've been taught to idolize money, so now they idolize. Trying to rise, now their lives are worth less than some dollar fries from mama's fries inside their eyes because they've been lied to. So somebody tell Trump that black on black crime is derivative. And if we don't give these kids no hope or no food, they're going to find a way to get it then. See, living in the ghetto, we get it, man. You either going to rap, you going to play ball, or you going to die, or you going to go to prison then. Hell, they building a prison right now. Who the fuck you think going to live in it? I don't mean no disrespect. I don't know what's taking offense. But if you don't understand white supremacy, then nothing I'm saying is going to make sense. But Black Lives Matter is self-explanatory. We are telling you that black lives have value, and we ain't asking. It's mandatory. That's why I stand here the way Dr. King took a stand before me, for more than a dream. No, he had a plan for glory and equality. You see, he wanted blacks and whites to live in conditions of equal quality. And the him inside of me is speaking the same thing. That's why I'm up here speaking. I'm hoping I'm reaching someone who will eventually change things, because we hold the keys to transforming this nation and racism in all its degrees. So please, take heed, because the fact of the matter is we can't save all lives until Black Lives Matter. God bless y'all.
Give it up one more time for my son, the New York General. So, when we end our formal programs, we are people of faith, and we welcome those amongst us who are not believers in God. We welcome the Muslims, we welcome the Christians, we welcome the Jews and the Buddhists and the Sikhs. We welcome everyone, those who believe and those who don't believe. But we are people who believe. So we are going to close this program out with some blessings and then a song. And Carmen will introduce to you our beautiful song. Now, we have work to do. We have work to do. We told you what our 4 demands are, which I hope are now your 4 demands. So when you leave here today, you got some things to do. I need you to call your state legislator, your state senator, your assembly person, and tell them to repeal 50A. I need you to call Mayor Bill de Blasio's office and tell him that he needs to fire every police officer on the force who has ever murdered an unarmed person in New York City. And then I need you to call your members of the New York City Council and tell them that the anti-chokehold bill is cool and you support it, but it's not enough. You're not going to play us with an anti-chokehold bill, because that means that police officers got to put people in chokeholds to get consequences. We want to go before that. So what I need you to do is call your New York City Council members and tell them that there is going to be a budget hearing that comes up this month, and that they, the New York City Council members, better not, I'm not going to dare them, better not sign any budget proposed by the mayor of New York City that does not defund the New York Police Department. We want you to leave here with a very specific mindset. The New York Police Department works for you. The mayor of New York City works for you. Your state senators, your members of Congress, the governor of the state of New York, they work for you. You pay their rent, you pay their mortgages, you pay their children's college tuitions. They work for you, paid for by your taxpayer dollars. Your leaders are not white men in suits. Your leaders are black and brown and marginalized people on the streets of New York City. The streets of New York City. I want to bring up, oftentimes when we see the preachers, we see our elders, those who give us guidance and wisdom. But our preachers are also young people who are powerful. When Dr. Martin Luther King came to the movement, he was 22 years old. And we have Dr. Martin Luther King's all over this movement, all over this plaza right here. We got Malcolm X's all over this plaza. We got Ida B. Wells and Rosa Parks and Dolores Huertas all over this country. We are a leaderful movement. You want to lead, you are a leader. You tell me where to be, sis, and I will be where you want me to be, because you are my leader. Don't wait for organizers to invite you to a rally. Organize a rally. Tell people, meet me outside of my city council member's office. Meet me outside of City Hall. You have every right to organize in New York City. It doesn't take anybody extraordinary to fight for what we deserve, and that is justice and nothing less than justice for our communities. So y'all ready for that? I want to remind you of the words of a very powerful woman in history, because we always talk about the men, but we don't talk about the powerful sisters. I don't actually ever care when the police department comes back or the Department of Corrections or the Bureau of Prisons comes back and says, we did an investigation and here's what our report says. Or when the city coroner comes back and says, here's what our autopsy says. You know why? Because Black American investigative journalists, the great Ida B. Wells said, those who commit the murders write the reports. Don't ever forget that. Never tell me that's what the cops said. Don't tell me what's in the police report, because those that commit the murders write the reports. I want you to show some love for our dear young powerful brother, our Reverend, the Reverend Stephen Green.
Come on, make some noise if you're not tired today. Come on, make some noise if you're not scared today. Come on, make some noise if you're ready for a revolution today. Our dear sister, after the end of the march from Selma to Montgomery, said, my feet are tired, but my soul is rested. And today, our feet may be tired. We've marched, we've stood, but our soul is rested. And as long as our soul is rested, we still have work to do. Jeremiah Wright said that if you're baking a cake and you forget to put the sugar in it, you can't sprinkle the sugar on top. You got to rebake the cake with the sugar in it. And today we've come to tell America, we've come to tell New York, it's time to get back in the kitchen and rebake the cake of America. It's time to rebake the cake. Ecclesiastes 3 says to everything there's a season. It's a time to go in the kitchen and it's a time to cook. It's a time to laugh and a time to mourn. It's a time to smile and a time to cry. But one thing I like in Ecclesiastes 3, verse 3, it says, it's a time to tear down and it's a time to build up. And today we've come because it's time to tear down the walls of white supremacy and build up justice. It's time to tear down poverty and build up equality. It's time to tear down racism and build a beloved community. It's time to tear down these walls of injustice and build a new nation, a new world, a new world order. And when we build it, we're going to build it armed with the strength and the militancy of love. It's the only strength that can conquer hate. Love is stronger than hate. Nonviolence is stronger than violence. We got to show the world that when we stand with our backs up straight, that we refuse to bow down any longer to a nation that profited off of slave labor in this nation. It's time to stand up. And as our dear sister began with us, we end today by raising our fists. Lift up your fists all over the world. May the peace that surpasses all understanding give you strength to resist injustice. May the peace and the strength and the love that unites humanity give us strength to reimagine a world order. Give us strength to dismantle poverty. Give us strength to dismantle militarism. And give us strength to dismantle racism. And may we rise as a new nation. May we rise as a new world order. And may justice roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. Somebody say, Ashe! 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 On Juneteenth, on June 19th, our Freedom Day, we must call for, as Brother Elder Kirsten Ford called, Amendment. FaithForBlackLives.com. You can hope we are convening our own constitutional convention. And I want everybody in the world to join us as we build a new world order. Follow Until Freedom on Instagram. Cash App. Amen, somebody. Until Freedom. Follow Gathering for Justice. For Justice. Follow Art of Justice. And do something to turn the world upside down. God bless you. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it.
I don't know about y'all, but I went to church. Yo, how y'all feeling out there? So before we end the program and gift you another song, I want to thank our partners, because this couldn't have happened without them. And I want you to also know that we put this together in 4 days. So I want to remind you that you all could do it too. I want to thank Justice League NYC, the Art of Justice, the Gathering for Justice, Until Freedom, Alliance for Quality Education, Arab American Association of New York, Beats, Rhymes, and Relief, Citizen Action of New York, Gangsters Making Astronomical Community Changes, GMAC, Grassroots Law Project, Incarcerated Nation Network, Judson Memorial Church, Life Camp, Mask for America, Empower Change, New York Immigration Coalition, Park Avenue Christian Church, Street Corner Resources, and Youth Over Guns. Remember, when we come together, we could shut anything down. I also want you to text. So take out your phones. I know all y'all got phones. I see some phones.
Or just put it in your notes if you don't got service.
Okay, if you don't got service, put it in your notes. In order for you to receive our demands, because people are asking, what are you marching for? And you want to learn more about our demands, text the Take Back to 97779. Again, text the Take Back, because y'all took back the streets today. Y'all did that. To 9779. It's 97779. 3 sevens, 2 nines in the front and the back. 97779. The Take Back. Stay here. So you all know that we were in the streets today, but we be in the streets every day. So we gonna be in the streets again tomorrow. There's a rally tomorrow in the Boogie Down Bronx. So nobody feels bad. We do it all. We'll take you to Staten Island. Wherever you need us, we going. Tomorrow, it's the Boogie Down Bronx at 1 o'clock. Fordham Road and the Grand Concourse. You heard that? Every day in the streets. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock. The march theme. We're all we got. We're all we need. You got that? 1 o'clock tomorrow, Fordham Road and Grand Concourse. We are all we got. We are all we need. See you in the Boogie Down Bronx. Before we end this program, I want to bring Tamika Mallory up. Tamika Mallory, where you at? I also want all the black women on stage to come up to the front. Where you at, Tamika? This sister right here, Tamika Mallory, travels the country on the front lines, reminding people that Black Lives Matter. She didn't start 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, but we welcome those of you who did. She's been doing this work for over 20 years. She's dedicated her life to it. And I want you to remember that when you are marching to protect the life of Tamika Mallory, because she's marching for you. And keep her in your prayers, because she's a soldier. She's out here. She's vulnerable. And she does it all for you. And so if we could get all our black community, our black siblings to raise your hand. All our black folks, just the black folks. I want those of you, those of us who are co-conspirators, who are co-creators, who are allies, to look around, see those of our family members who are raising their hands. And remember, you're marching for them. Remember, you're protesting for them. Remember that Black Lives Matter and it's about them. I just want to say that I love you all. And I'm going to continue to fight for you. And I'm going to show up for you. I was going to say it don't fucking matter. Sorry. I got a baby in my belly. It came out. I traveled here from California to be with you here today. And I do it because I love my sister Tamika. And I love all these women up here. And I got to remind myself that I got to fall back. That it's about them. It's about them leading. And so again, look around with all the folks who have their hands up. My ally friends, my ally communities, my co-conspirators. Turn around to the person who has their hand up and say, I love you. I will protect you. I will fight for you. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. This movement is also about joy, and it's about celebrating life. And when we all wake up in the morning and you open your eyes, grateful, and I am grateful that you are all alive and that you are all here today. On Monday, June 8th, we are going to celebrate the birthday of our important leader. Tamika Mallory is going to turn 40 years old on Monday, June 8th. Black don't crack for real. Listen, I be jealous too. I'm jealous. I'm trying. I be putting serums and all kind of stuff on my face. This beautiful black mother right here is going to turn 40 years old on June 8th. And she's too humble. She hates asking people for things. She makes me do all the asking. And I have no problem asking a movement to support the vision of a black woman for freedom in America. So if you support this leader, wow. I like that. All right, so now she got the courage to ask for her own stuff.
Listen, so first of all, thank you all so much. This is the best birthday party that I could ever have.
Actually, hold on. Since we already here, it's an early birthday. Y'all ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
and gentlemen, again, this is the best birthday that I could ever have. I share it with my brother in the struggle, who I fight with every single day, but we staying together no matter what. And that's my brother from GMAC, the leader, Brother Shanduke McFadder. Give him some love. And all of the men that traveled with him here today that helped to deal with the cop that's standing there on the side that was paid to come and infiltrate our march. Thank y'all so much for keeping us safe. Stay with me over here. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters and our siblings, we cannot fight a system and ask the system to fund us. You all, many of you, came to my page and said that you appreciated the words that I said from my heart in Minneapolis, where I basically said that America was responsible for looting us first. And the reason why I was able to say that is because I'm a free black woman in America. But I can only remain free if you all help us to stay that way. If we have to go ask the same corporations and the same institutional powers to fund our movement, we will not be free, and you will not hear what you want to hear from us. And in fact, many of you have said, what happened to so-and-so leader? I love when they used to say these things. I love when they used to hit the streets. What happened is that they have to pay their bills. And so sometimes they have to turn into positions and places that compromises who they are. This is a very important, this is probably the most important part of this march, other than the conversations that we've had and the voices we've heard from of people who lost their loved ones to police violence. We cannot fight the system and ask the system to fund us. Every time it will compromise our voices. So tomorrow night, and you can do it right now while you're standing here, and it's not just, and another thing I want you all to know is that we work together. There are many different organizations here today, but when different people call us with funding and our organization doesn't fit, we call each other and we say, hey, call these people, fill out these papers, take care of this business, because we understand that, as my brother, my son, says, it's an investment. It's not a donation that is some type of charity. It is an investment so you can keep us on the streets doing what it is that we do, and we can continue to gather in spaces like this. And we do it all together as a family. Is Kirsten Foy here? Kirsten? I got it. You're very good. So, there's a lot of folks here, you know the organizations. Some folks say, I don't like Tamika, she thinks she's too cute. That's cool. Carmen is here. And some people will say, well, I don't like them either because I don't think they speak the word properly. Then there's Kirsten Foy, Elder Foy, who speaks, is the minister who speaks the gospel. There's something for everyone. Some folks want to fund people who are doing gun violence work. And that's Erica Ford, our sister, and GMAC, and Man Up, and so many organizations. There's enough to go around. And if you give $1 to each one of us every month, we will be all right. We will be all right. Look at all of these people out here. So, but since it's my birthday, I am taking the privilege of asking all of you, tomorrow night I'm going to launch this campaign, but I'm asking you while you're standing right here, right now, to take out your phone. Y'all got Cash App, y'all got Venmo, y'all got PayPal. You have the ability to go to www.untillfreedom.com and give through our Act Blue. But I'm asking people, since it's my 40th birthday, to give $4, $40, or $400. $4, $40, $40, or $400. So you can go, and of course we'll take 4,000, but that's not what this is about. We're talking about Obama's campaigns happened and he won because of $1, $10 donations. Not necessarily the big money. It was the dollars that we all gave. And be clear, we put our own money in. We swipe our own personal credit cards. We put our money in this game as well, and we got receipts to prove it. So you're not investing more than we are. So I'm asking you to cash app Until Freedom. $ Until Freedom. You can Venmo at Until Freedom or go to untilfreedom.com and give us $4, $40, or $400. Now, this last people are asking about Zelle. It's untilfreedomofficial@gmail.com. That's untilfreedomofficial@gmail.com. Now, let me just tell you what we've been doing with our money. Because I know white supremacy has you asking what they're going to do with the money. How come they get to actually have their lights on in their homes? And I believe in looking cute. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I don't play no games with that. So I work my ass off outside of the movement so that when my grandmother used to tell us that if you feeling down, get up, do your hair, put some lipstick on, and keep on stepping. So I do that. But this movement takes resources. So what we've been doing since we traveled from Louisville, Kentucky for Breonna Taylor on Memorial Day, then we went to Indianapolis, and we were with the family of Mikhail Rhodes. He was one of 3 people to be killed by police in a 24-hour period in which one woman was pregnant and a cop ran her over and killed her and her baby. They don't like to tell you about all of that, but it all happened in Indianapolis. We went to visit the family there and to show our love and concern. And when we found out about what happened to George Floyd, we drove all night long. We drove overnight for 10 hours to get to Minneapolis to stand with the people on the ground there. And that's why we were there in the resistance movement, because rather than being comfortable and going home, we continue to charge forward to be with our brothers and sisters on the street. And people started donating to us when they found out, investing in us, when they found out that we were on our way. And so what we did was, when we got on the ground and we assessed what was happening, we started giving money to individual activists that we know at times I've been where I didn't have food to eat. And that's a fact. My son is here. He's 21 years old. He knows about the times when we struggled, but I still stayed in these streets. And so when I see other activists, I know what they're going through, and we don't let them ask us. We just say, what's your Cash App information? And we started giving activists money on the ground. We invested in the bail funds on the ground, and we posted much of that information, receipts, on our page. So when you invest in us, we invest in the people on the ground. This is our movement, brothers and sisters. This is our movement. But it can only stay that way if we understand that if we want black media to represent us, if we want black voices to stay independent, that we have to pay tithes to the movement just like we've been paying tithes to the church. Thank y'all. Happy birthday, I guess, to me and Chantal. Much love. God bless you. Listen, I'm not going to tell you to go in peace, because I'm not peaceful. But I will say go non-violently and return to where you came from. Don't let them change the narrative on us, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let them change the narrative. Let's go and do our work. There's a song coming that Carmen is going to introduce. Thank you.
So we want to bring up the Peace Poets. So one thing that I want to remind all of you is the fact that we got so many amazing organizations here, but also we have a lot of artists. And so if we could have the Peace Poets come up and close us out.
Peace Poets.
Yo, can we courthouses? Thanks.
So beautiful family, thank y'all for being here today and always. And we're going to start with the most important voice, and that's the voice of the people. So when we say people, y'all say power.
People. People. When we say we want, y'all say justice. We want. We want. When I say we are, y'all say rising. We are. We are.
When I say we are, y'all say beautiful. We are beautiful. We are beautiful. Thank y'all. We are two of the Beast Poets. We out here from the Bronx. The X is in the building real big. First in the building. You know what's up? But we here for the whole city. For the whack gene, and we make the outfit look good like some black jeans. We rap fiends without fear, that's my designation. We rhyme like those rebel tribes, no reservation. Slap box with the devil, no hesitation. No pulling punches, throwing combos in bunches, giving foes concussions. Ain't no mercy, no talking, no parlay negotiations. But this is how we act because they ain't no reparations. So Chuck D in the mic, boycotting radio stations. Hip-hop is my religion, I'm repping that like a nation. That's peace, love, unity, cultural innovation. Even though they made us broke, trying to hang us off of ropes, we still make something out of Nathan. And how do we do that, y'all? It's mad easy. If it's black blood on the leaves, there's black blood in the trees. We in every breath they take. Any piece of fruit they ever ate. I know chains take time to break, but we out here. So I guess we ain't waiting, right? I love y'all. Thank you to the organizers for having us. Shout out to my brother, the last MC, the homie Lumi, and the homie Luaya, who wrote this song right after Eric Garner was killed.
Black lives they matter here. Black lives they matter here. Black lives they matter here.
No peace. Defund police. No justice, no peace. Defund police.
spoke about it.
Go home, Jacob, go home. 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 Sing, 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 sing. Black lives, they matter here. Black lives, they matter here. Black lives, they matter here. Black lives, they matter here.
Not be leading marches right now.
I agree entirely with mass structural reform.
Okay.
I do.
No.
I understand that a
no.
racist system needs to be changed.
Okay.
I understand that the culture within the department and the way that business has been done has to be radically reshaped.
Correct.
We need to rethink everything now before we move forward.
You're correct, Jacob.
I'm with you.
Okay.
As far as the full abolition of a department, of full on getting rid of police officers in our city, I'll tell the truth, and I don't agree with that.
Okay.
I don't agree.
When somebody comes to you in peace and does something violent to you, that's what's been happening.
You're right.
You can't do that.
You're right. It was murder.
It was complete murder.
It was murder.
Straight up murder.
Police.
Anyways.
You're not going to abolish. What are you going to do?
No. Listen, we're talking about
Happy
peace.
to get into that. I'm just trying to listen.
Okay. It's about peace. When somebody messes with your own peace, your son's peace, your grandson, your own grandson, let's say you have a grandson, right? And somebody fucks with your grandson's peace. You understand that?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Reckless.
You have your own law. I need to go.
Be good, Jacob. Stay blessed. What structural change can you commit to? No. I'm gonna defend. Structural reform, police reform all the way, okay?
Hold on.
All right, guys.
First off, there are policy initiatives at the city level that need to be changed. But more importantly, there are mayors and chief progressive envision that have been thwarted in their attempts, in some cases for generations. And so much of what stands in the way is the way the police move contracts and then the subsequent arbitration agreement discipline. We need to be able to terminate. So much about shifting culture is also about shifting of people. We need to make sure that the officers we have in our department are subscribing to the vision that our Chief Arredondo, the man that sued the Minneapolis Police Department for racial discrimination, we need to make sure that his values are upheld. That of compassion, that of procedural justice, those need to be upheld. To the extent officers are not upholding those ideals, they need to be gone. I stand by that. I will not budge from that mission. I'll stake my entire career on making that move.
How are you going to get rid of them?
Like
How do you weed them out?
It starts with having the ability to have the disciplinary actions and terminations that needs to happen. And that's everything. I mean, this is built into the very structure of the system, the architecture of how it was set up. It needs to be redesigned. That's what needs to happen now. So looking back, in 10, in 15, in 20 years from now, in Minneapolis, we could be the place where status quo stays, or this could be the time when we rise up, when we unite, and we make sure that the full system is changed so that black and brown people do not continue to get murdered like George Floyd.
Do you think we should go marching until whenever?
I am 100% in favor of the peaceful protest that I'm seeing right here, right now.
No justice!
This has been nothing but peaceful, and, it's okay to verbally beat me up. I'll take every bit of it. I'm the mayor, and to that extent, I need to take responsibility. And so I'm standing here, I'm out here right now because I'm not backing down from the forms that need to be made. I'm not backing down, notwithstanding people who are rightfully angry. I hear that. I need to come to grips with my own brokenness and all of this.
They're more than angry.
You're right.
It's not about being angry or aggressive.
You're right.
They're
They are.
sad. They're hurt.
They're sad and they're hurt, and they deserve to be sad and hurt. You're right.
What's one structural change you can commit to right now? Is there
The push to shift the entire police union contract itself, as well as how the state laws function. There's additional pieces at the city that we've already done. To create a duty to report in the instances of unauthorized force. To create a duty to step in and prevent that force from happening. That's already been done. But we need to go a lot further. I recognize that. I know every single person here recognizes that as well.
Do you see any middle grounds? They want a community-oriented police. Is there any middle grounds that you can commit to?
I'm sure there is.
Elevating community leaders to a higher stature?
I'm certain there is, because every bit of leadership right now, I believe, needs to come. The leadership that we need to uplift, that we need to highlight, is coming from the black community right now. It has been for years. That's the direction we're going.
Why are you against abolishing the police? Why are you against abolishing the police?
No, I'm not for it.
Why
are you against abolishing the police?
There's services many people in our city still need. And I understand that there have been... we had a murder. I recognize that. I understand that there are so many structural deficiencies that are built in that need to be changed. Am I for abolishing the entire department? Am I for abolishing the police department? No, I'm not, and I'm going to be honest about that, just like I'm honest about the structural deficiencies. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate wait for you to ask this. That's true. So I just got to tell the truth. Thank you. Oh, sorry about that. I'll get that. I got it. Any other questions?
Yeah, can I just ask, because I couldn't hear from where we were standing. When she asked you that question, what did you say?
I don't know what question.
The question, will you commit to defunding the police?
If you're asking whether I'm for massive structural reform to revise a structurally racist system, the answer is yes. If you're asking whether I will do everything possible to push back on the inherent inequities that are literally built into the architecture, the answer is yes. If you're asking whether I'm willing to do everything I possibly can throughout the rest of my term to make sure that the police union, the police contract, the arbitration system, and some of these policies that have resulted in problems specifically for black and brown people, and murder, by the way, over a series of generations, I'm all for that. I'm not for abolishing the entire police union. I'll be honest about that.
Do you feel it's fair how the crowd reacted?
Anger and frustration, expressing your First Amendment rights is always fair. And although at times I'm here nonetheless. Thank you.
Mayor, the whole world is now paying attention to Minneapolis. What can you say? I'm from Europe. What do you say to the world that is watching that can be done right now?
I think what we're all doing right now is addressing inherent brokenness. I've had to come to grips with my own brokenness, my own failures, my own shortcomings, and I think collectively our entire city and the whole nation is there as well right now. Understanding how broken we are is the first step in understanding how desperately we need to change. It needs to happen now.
How do you get these people on your side?
You know, it's not about having people on my side. It's about making sure that we're making the necessary change. I'll be honest, every step of the way. And I'll stand by the values that I have, and I want to stand by black and brown people that have been extraordinary leaders throughout.
I don't think you're going to go home.
I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you. I do. Thank you.
Not enough.
I understand that. But I appreciate you nonetheless.
I just got here.
Yep.
Mayor of Minneapolis.
Hey, yo, don't engage with them. Just follow the book. Stop engaging with this man.
It's not safe.
It's hard to trust that it's not there.
Trust the police.
those.
Not police who don't give a fuck about nobody.
I appreciate those 30 years of Chicago. They've been doing some extraordinary
Hey, everybody, this
containing and keeping a very peaceful